Top 10 MLB Catchers 10 to 6 2015 edition. Number 10, Matt Wieters, age 29, Baltimore Orioles catcher, a veteran that has been pretty much a part of the Baltimore Orioles organization for his entire career, and he's always been productive at that spot at catcher wise. You're looking at it, he got signed previously, he was a free agent, but he got signed back to Baltimore on a 1 year, $15.8 million deal. Hopefully, they can get him to get a long term because he just keeps getting his 1 year deals, and I'd like him to be either stick in Baltimore or go to a different team and be a factor in a contending team. Again, he's a three-time All-Star and a two-time Gold Glove Award winner. My bad. Again, he's been able to just impact the organization, but impact the game. Um, Again, he's 29, and he's this year. These past couple years, he's been battling some injuries, and this year he got to play more games than last year, but still battled a lot of injuries. He only played in 75 games this year. He had 258 at bats, 24 runs scored, 69 hits, 14 doubles, a triple, 8 home runs, 25 RBIs, 21 walks, 67 strikeouts, a 267 average, a 319 on base, a 422 slugging, and a 741 OPS. His stats kind of dropped, I'd say, this year. Again, he looks like, from my perspective, I can see why Baltimore wouldn't want to sign him long term. He gets injured a lot. He's kind of injury prone these past couple of years, and who knows what he's going to do because he's almost 30, and at 30 he might slow down or something might happen with him. Hopefully he won't. Hopefully he'll continue to progress to getting back to the old Matt Wieters that I know. I know when he's healthy, Baltimore is very dangerous and is one of the top teams in baseball, but also top teams in the division. Looking at it, he's had 423 putouts this year, 23 assists, 5 errors, and 3 double plays, a 989 fielding percentage. Not the best, but he's still a pretty great defender that will definitely make sure that he will be on top of his game day to day. Try to make sure he works hard, and that's what I noticed about Matt Wieters. He works hard and he tries to get better. Um, I just hope he doesn't get as much injuries as he did 2014, 2015, 2016. I'm hoping for a new year. I'm hoping for him to shine and become the old him, but maybe even better than the old him. So we'll see what happens, but he definitely deserves to be on this spot as a top 10 catcher, and he's earned it at number 10. So Matt Wieters, good job to you. Number 9, Kyle Schwarber, age 22, Chicago Cubs catcher. Um, just came out of nowhere. We already knew his talent. I already knew his talent. Looking at it with the Futures game, everyone had him hyped. They said he was going to be the next big thing, and Chicago was going to be very lucky because they were going to have a future All-Star catcher. But no one, including myself, did not expect what we were going to get from Kyle Schwarber. I expected him to have a great year, but when he got brought up in the middle of the year, or towards the end of the year, pretty much, I was like, he's probably going to get maybe 10 home runs, the usual, not going to really do much. But he was unbelievable. He just produced offensively, and he was such a key player to Chicago, even getting into the NLCS pretty much. I mean, what they did was fantastic, and this is a team that's now like in the off season are even deadlier than last year, and I believe this could be the Cubs year. You never know. This is really a great team, like great talent on the team, and it all starts with the catcher, and Kyle Schwarber has got it down. Only age 23. I mean, he is a young kid. Right now, he's got 1 year contract, but they haven't decided how much he will be making. He will be making a lot of money during his career, that's for sure. And you're looking at what he's done so far. He is actually not an all-star at all. He hasn't won any awards yet. That's because he's only played in 69 games this year. And in that, that's what made it impressive. 232 at bats, 52 runs scored, 57 hits, 6 doubles, a triple, 16 home runs, 43 RBIs, 36 walks, 77 strikeouts, 3 stolen bases, a 246 average, a 355 on base, 487 slugging, and an 842 OPS. That's what made it impressive. Is his offensive numbers were off the charts, and for a guy that pretty much only played 56 games around there, it's really incredible for me. And in the games that he did play catcher, putouts, 7 assists, 4 errors, a double play, overall 967 fielding percentage. The thing that made it even like more impressive of this is that he is a catcher, but he played left field, and I'm like, my goodness, like he had to play outfield, he had to be a contributor there, and he's a catcher, and to me that shows like the depth of what he could do as a baseball player and what kind of player he is. He is an all-around player, and he's going to be a deadly player for this team. And I think the league is. I'm ready to see Kyle Schwarber just explode. I mean, Kyle Schwarber is Kyle Schwarber. He's going to be an extremely talented catcher for many many years, and we're looking at a bright future for this guy. Number 8, Jason Castro, age 28, Houston catcher, Houston Astros catcher. People don't really talk much about Jason Castro. People don't really see much of him as a big deep threat. I wouldn't say he's an unbelievable just a catcher that I can see um, down the road like, oh my god, this guy's gonna be MVP. I don't ever see him being MVP of the AL or any other league or in baseball in general. But I do see him being just an all star, a really like a guy that puts it his all and does not get credited much, but he definitely is a very good catcher um, in this league, and people just don't look at him much. Offensively, he really isn't like the most gifted. His best year by far is 2013. After that, I have not seen much from him. Again, he has been injured at times, and this year he didn't barely played 100 games. So overall, yes, I understand about that whole thing of dilemma of him being just injured or just not getting much time. But overall, he is a guy that I know is trying to work to become that very valuable player and catcher that Houston needs. Um, I know Houston does need him though. Jason Castro is a great fit in Houston, and Houston is very lucky to have him. I believe. I mean, I think they have a chance at really um, being a World Series contender, being a powerhouse in baseball, and it's going to be fun to watch them for sure. And Jason Castro is the man behind the plate, and he will be the man behind the plate. Um, and he's put so much into it, and really, I'm very, very honored to put him on this list. I think he does deserve this 100%. And like I said, I'm blaming injuries and those type of key things for his lack of more offensive production, because I do think he's a good offensive player when healthy. Again, he's got a 1 year, $5 million contract. I really hope they do sign him long term after this. I think if they lose him, they lose a big player for Houston, and they do not want to lose him. Overall, in his career, again, he was an All-Star in 2013, by far his best year, and I'm pretty sure he's going to get back there soon. I hope he will be next year because he has been just a fantastic player overall for the organization. And this year, you're looking at 104 games played, 337 at bats, 38 runs scored, 71 hits, 19 doubles, 11 home runs, 31 RBIs, 33 walks, 115 strikeouts, 211 average, 283 on base, 365 slugging, 648 OPS. Unbelievable in terms of like what he's had to battle and deal with, but really productive. He's still productive, and I believe he's still a threat to do big things. So definitely you cannot take him out of whatever he is doing. Overall, 777 putouts, 62 assists, an error, 5 double plays. This is the thing that sets him apart from any other person in the league, is that his defense is top notch. Like Yadi Molina, like Bucks Posey, like he does not mess up. He does not commit many errors. He is a guy that's pretty much flawless on that end, and this is why he's a tremendously gifted and tremendously valuable catcher for Houston. He's a great defender more than he is offensively, but still, I think his offensive production hopefully will rise up, and I am looking forward to seeing what he does this year. So definitely deserving of being a countdown. Number 7, Yasmani Grandal, age 27, Los Angeles Dodgers catcher. He's pretty much a star in LA. Very glad that he is part of the Los Angeles Dodgers organization. He is a very deep threat in terms of like offensive production and what he could do. He definitely showed that this year. And I think LA is very, very lucky to have this guy because he, like I said, he is very, very valuable and very productive, and what he does. Pretty much, this guy has been a Padre pretty much his entire career until 2015. Went to the Dodgers, and ever since that, he has been rocking it. You know, I mean, he did show a lot of talent there in San Diego in 2014, and you know, the Dodgers got him, and there you go. The rest is history. He's been making a great deal of where he's been playing, no matter if it's in San Diego or Los Angeles, and he's just a star in the making. He definitely will be one of those really elite catchers that should be top five in MLB hopefully soon. Right now he's learning, but he's up there. I'm telling you, he's Monty Grandal, great Cuban prospect, another great guy from Cuba that people don't look at much, but that country is loaded with baseball talent. Yasmani Grandal is an all-star. That's his career highlight, career award right now, and that was this year. And you can see why he got this year. The statistics show for themselves: 115 games played, 355 at bats, 43 runs scored, 83 hits, 12 doubles, 16 home runs, 47 RBIs, 65 walks, 92 strikeouts, a 234 average, a 353 on base, a 403 slugging, a 756 OPS. Overall, he got it. He was definitely deadly, and he was another good lift to the batting lineup for LA. And obviously on defense, he did play some first base, but obviously mainly his position was catcher. And in 107 games that he played, 100 games that he started, he got 811 putouts, 60 assists, 3 errors, and 5 double plays, 997 fielding percentage. So you look at another great defending catcher, and that's something you need. You need offensive production and defense, and he does both. And I think he's doing a great job so far. So props to him. Number six, Jonathan LaCroix, age 29, Milwaukee Brewers catcher. The veteran, pretty much, has been a Milwaukee Brewer. He has actually been a Milwaukee Brewer his entire career. I don't think he got really acknowledged as much until 2013. But overall, he's always been pretty good since he came up in 2010. Has always been that great power guy, that great offensive production guy is pretty much what I mean, more than power guy. But overall, he's been that guy for sure. He's been that great catcher that Milwaukee has always wanted, and he's stuck around 6 years. This is he's gonna be turning 30 in June, so I just hope his entire career will be consistently where it's been, and it's been pretty good. I think he's a pretty damn good catcher and definitely deserving of to be in number six. Comparing to the other guys, you're looking at what Jonathan LaCroix, like what Yasmani Grandal, way too to me is like not as experienced as Jonathan LaCroix. Needs some more years to develop, maybe 2 more years around there, one or two. If he continues to just start getting even better, I think obviously he'll be better than LaCroix in the long run. But I think Grandal overall, like that's the reason why LaCroix is in front of you. Grandal, he's still young, he's still trying to produce. Castro has been very good, but he's definitely not, um, in my opinion, a better catcher than LaCroix. I think Castro has been great defensively. His offensive numbers have been down compared to where LaCroix has been able to do both, both at the same time in the season. Kyle Schwarber, again, only played in 50 or 67 something games, only 23, so he's got many years to develop. Matt Wieters, his injuries and stuff like that, but pretty much that's what separates LaCroix from the others. But overall, I mean, all these are great catchers, but LaCroix, just talking about him, he's been very consistently good to watch. He's been entertaining for me to watch. He's one of those guys that few people don't know about him, like Castro, but I feel like they're both entertaining players to just watch and just like see what they do because they're smart baseball players. And it shows because you're looking at what he did. He's an all-star, Fielding Bible Award winner, and he's an NL doubles champion. Overall, I remember 2014. That was unbelievable to see. He hit 53 doubles. He was an extra base hits machine, and it was incredible to see that type of show. It was one hell of a season for him. And this year he did go a bit down for those doubles. And numbers wise, he did go a bit down, but he didn't play as many games as he did in 2014. He only played in 103 games this year, and I think it's due to injuries. It's most likely due to injuries. I don't know personally much about what happened, why they don't play in those games, but it's most likely probably from injuries, nothing else. Jonathan LaCroix has always been that even keel, chill guy that competes, and definitely for sure he's entertaining to watch. Again, 103 games played, 371 at bats, 51 runs scored, 98 hits, 20 doubles, 3 triples, 7 home runs, 43 RBIs, 36 walks, 64 strikeouts, stolen base, 264 average, a 326 on base, a 391 slugging, and a 717 OPS. So he still got it done at the plate. He was still pretty productive, I would say, in the games that he did play. And defensively, you're looking at 627 putouts, 53 assists, 8 errors, 8 double plays, 988 fielding percentage. That's only the downside was his defense was definitely off this year. But like every year, he's usually always on point. He's always never this careless. It was a bad year for Milwaukee anyway, but I think that in the end, I think John LaCroix, still a great catcher, will rebound. He will have a rebounding season for 2016, and I see nothing but the best for this guy. So definitely deserving of it, and for sure, he is definitely number 6 on my list.